Hi, thank you for clicking on the video. As you can see, we're going to be jumping into the ATL universe today. As per usual, if you don't like spoilers, jump off of here, go watch ATL, and then come back. If you don't care, then we move on. Now, I don't have that much to say about ATL. I mean, there's like certain things that we all kind of agree on when it comes to ATL, but there are also some things I just want to give my personal opinion on, right? First, let me start by saying this was the movie that got me interested in Evan Ross. Like, I had a whole Evan Ross obsession phase. Like, he was my celebrity crush for a minute there, when I was like preteen, like early teen. It was it was ATL that got me, interested, But that's also how I found out that he like makes music and stuff, or made music. I don't know if he still makes music or not, but yeah. So he definitely. I don't think I was the only one that Evan Ross grabbed the attention of by being in this movie. Also, like, we all know that the uncle was just a great POS. You know what I mean? Like, he was the worst. When he finds out that Aunt is selling drugs, he just tells Rashad, "Oh, well, we do need the extra money." Sir, sit down. Like, in fact, no, stand up and walk off. Walk off, because you've been sitting down a little too much, He was so annoying. Like, I think everybody agrees on that. He was annoying. But, what I really wanted to talk about, is mainly, like, the situation between Nunu, Rashad, and a little bit of Esquire, right? I don't understand why Nunu felt the need to lie. Like, I get why she thought she had to lie. I get it, right? But, like, when you really look at the situation, she had no reason to lie. This girl was going to the community pool. She got a pool at her mansion. Like, she could have been friends. The twins still would have been friends with her. Hell, they would have wanted to be friends with her even more. Like, you think they wouldn't want to be chilling at your private pool instead of being at this public ass, nasty ass pool? Like, if she had just been honest about who she was, at least to the people closest to her, they would have been fine, and you could have just been inviting them to your house. And it's so annoying, because that scene when she was about to tell Rashad, and he was like, "Oh, if it's bad, don't say nothing," and she just shut up. Like, girl, telling him that you're a rich girl is not a bad thing. Like, he not finna judge you, okay? He been dealing with a bunch of BS from these hood rats, and you ain't gave him none of that. So he's gonna be like, "Oh, okay, that kind of makes sense why you ain't like these other girls." You know what I mean? Like, that was the perfect moment to be like, okay, so it's technically not bad. I am pretending to be this hood girl. In reality, I live here and I have all this money, blah, 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 blah. It was that simple. You just had to tell the truth in that moment. And he would have been like, "Oh, okay, well, thanks for being honest with me." You know what I mean? Like, but you continued to lie instead. And that's what ultimately pisses Rashad off. In my opinion, he got a little too upset, because, like, I'm trying to understand exactly what betrayal he went through. Like, I know his parents passed away. I think they had passed away in a car crash, but, like, what type of betrayal did you go through that liars is the ultimate evil to you, that you react the way that you react? And my only thought is that girl that kept trying to get his attention throughout the movie, like, she must have put him through the ringer for him to, like, get to that point where, when he found out that Esquire knew about who Nunu really was, like, he was like, "Oh, I'm done being friends with all of y'all because of him." One bad apple spoils the bunch. It was the mindset that he was in. Like, he was, like, very, very intense about that. And I'm gonna be completely honest, I don't think it had to do with who she really was at all. It was all about you not telling the truth. And it's that scene when she pull up and he like snatches the necklace, that scene. He like, oh, I don't know this person who's standing in front of me. Like, he used to her glammed up in like hood rat stuff. And the funny part about it is, I don't think he would have cared. Like, he probably would have been like, okay, like seeing her in her down clothes, you know, her normal clothes, if she had just been honest, you know? Which leads us into Esquire, right? So this dude, he hated Nunu before he even knew that she was pretending to be something that she wasn't. And I have a theory, okay? I think that Esquire was like gay. And if he wasn't gay, he was at least gay for Rashad specifically. I think he had a crush on Rashad. Let me tell you why. And y'all gonna be like, but we see him being interested in those white girls at the end. We also saw him at the party with Big Booty Judy, and he was all over her. He was all over her ass. He was all over her butt. Like, you know, just throwing it out there. And then, like, at the end when he's running with those white girls, that could be like a thing of like self-hate, you know, like those, like he really hated his environment. He was trying to do everything to get away from it. So it could have just been a thing of self-hate. But the reason why I think that he had a crush on Rashad is because, again, he hated Nunu from the very beginning of the movie before she even did anything wrong. Just because her and Rashad liked each other and like had their little moments of catching each other's eye, you know what I mean? And then, mind you, he was calling her ghetto at first because he thought that she was also from where they were from, right? And then he switched his anger to, oh well, you're lying to Rashad. Mind you, he started lying to Rashad as well because you knew who she was. And you ain't get mad at yourself. You didn't get mad at yourself. And when she showed up, he was sitting on the steps right next to Rashad. And when he saw her, he he got overly upset. Like, it's his girl, it's his situation. And then goes and sit up on the couch. Like, not on the couch, but on the chair on the porch. And like, even in that scene, because I'm playing this out because I just saw that clip. Like the other day, and when you look at Rashad's face with like, he like, bro, what the heck, like, why you so aggressive, you know? Like, in that scene, you can see him look at Esquire like, damn, you aggressive as hell, like, right? You know? And so I feel like it was more so like, well, I have a crush on this guy. He probably didn't fully understand his feelings, you know, being in the place that they're from. And also, like, he know Rashad ain't gonna feel the same. Even if he did understand his feelings, he know Rashad don't feel that way, you know. So the best he gonna get is being best friends, you know. And I do think that in Rashad's mind, him and Esquire were best friends. I think Brooklyn was the, like, newest addition to that little friend group. And honestly, I don't know how Teddy got in that friend group. He just was there, you know. So Esquire and Rashad definitely were best friends. So Esquire probably wouldn't have wanted to try and mess that up by, if he did understand his feelings, he wasn't gonna say nothing, you know what I mean? But I just find it hypocritical that you find out about Nunu's real personality and you get mad at her and tell her that she's lying, and then you turn around and you are lying as well, because Rashad asked all of them, like, I think at once, but he basically asked, he like, y'all know anything about this? And you say no, so you were lying. So you ain't had no right to jump on her back. But yeah, it's a theory, y'all. It's a theory. I don't know. I could be overanalyzing. I do that sometimes. But yeah, that's pretty much all that I really want to say about the film. Like, because what else is there to say? Like, we all know. There's nothing to say about that situation with Ant, because he was just young and dumb, doing hood shit because he in the hood. You know, like, and everybody know that Big Boy was making everybody laugh. Like, so I don't need to bring that up. Not for real. But yeah, that's all I have to say in this video. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please feel free to leave a like and subscribe to the channel, because there's more on the way. Yeah, until next time.